my double feature at the movies. We're going to be reviewing Maxine altogether. But part 2 of my double feature was Kinds of Kindness. I know Todd saw this as well. Um, he was telling me a little bit about Kinds of Kindness, so I had a little something of knowing about it going into it. This is a new movie by Yorgos Lanthimos. It stars Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons and Willem Dafoe and Margaret Qualley and Hong Chow. And that's about it.
Joe Alwyn.
Joe Alwyn, Mahmoud Ati. I don't know exactly how to say his name, but I definitely know his face. And they're pretty much everyone in the movie. Oh, and also Yorgos Stephanikos, who is a buddy of Yorgos Lanthimos, who gets this random role in every one of these parts because it's an anthology movie. 3 stories, telling 3 completely different stories, but they're all involving the exact same actors. So that is Kinds of Kindness. And everyone has kind of said, this is Yorgos Lanthimos returning to his most Yorgos Lanthimosian, you could say. It's out there. It is really, really out there. Every single one of these stories is completely bonkers. What the hell am I watching type of stuff. I watched this movie. It was a 9:25 showing on Friday night.
So we go up at like 1:30.
Yeah, 12:30. Yeah, it was me and one other guy who was sitting in the row right behind me. And about halfway through, we finally just turned to each other and like, what the hell are we watching? Because I mean, as soon as Jesse Plemons starts licking up blood, we were like, what is going on here? And I was like, and then we just like randomly look at each other and like, why the thumb? Like, what these are the questions we're asking ourselves. And I'm like, this is either a masterpiece or it is a giant piece of garbage. And the other guy's like, this is amazing. I don't know what's going on, but I'm having a blast with it. Like, I'm having less of a blast. I really am just concerned about what is actually happening. I'm giving it 2 stars, but honestly, I think this could easily be a 3.5-star movie too. Like, you just have to be in the right frame of mind to deal with the complete absurdity of it all, because it's really, really out there. Yeah.
Well, it's like if you take the lobster version of Lanthimos and ramp up the pretentiousness like 1,000 times, and you get this. Like, I mean, I gave it 1 star, and I mean, I think it's awful. Like the first section is fine. Like, I would give that like 2.5 stars. I could see it being a whole movie. I was like, okay, I could sort of get on board with this. And then the second one is legitimately one of the worst things I've ever seen. Like a 0.5 star or 0 star type thing. And then the third one is not much better. It's I was like just shocked at how bad it is and how it keeps just going further and further into, do people like this? I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to fathom, but I mean, people liked Poor Things too, and I thought that was pretty bad, but not nearly as bad as this.
Yeah, the second one makes absolutely no sense, and the third one is really kind of determines it for you. Like, are you gonna settle in and just enjoy the absurdity, or are you gonna be completely turned off by it? I think that's kind of where you're at, because the first one, it's weird. The second one is off its rocker, like completely. Like, what just happened?
Well, the first one actually had the characters in interesting like versions of themselves. Like Jesse Plemons looks 100% like Philip Seymour Hoffman in the first one, but it's a perfect role for him. It's a perfect Willem Dafoe role, and Hong Chow is fantastic in that one too. It's not a great story necessarily, but it's like watchable, but the actors are good. After that, they just like start flipping roles, and it's just like, what the hell is this?
Missed opportunity in the third one. Abigail Breslin should have been in there somewhere so she could be contaminated. It's contaminated.
What's that from?
It's a Signs reference.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that.
You wouldn't have gotten
nope,
that.
Went out, yeah.
Hunter Schafer is in the third one, which was interesting to see. I didn't know she was part of the movie.
It's high praise. It's watchable. It's high praise.
Watchable for a third.
A third of it,
and then not so much after that.
Like the movie got over, and the two of us like we gave each other a fist bump, and the guy's like, "I'm glad you were here because that's how I know it was real."
Yeah.
You should say, tune into the Almost Sideways podcast. We'll trash
Yeah,
it.
seriously. Yeah, it was an experience. Like I'm bummed I'm only giving it 2 stars, just simply because of the experience I had in the theater with this other guy watching this movie, and how we just started like Mystery Science Theatering commentary on what was going on. It was pretty great.
Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to that guy. I don't even know his name. I mean, he was just some random
Fist
dude
bumper.
who sat behind
Yeah.
me. Yeah. And yeah, that was my favorite line of the night, though, was I'm glad you were here because that's how I knew this was real.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Which could be a good thing or a bad thing, too. Like, everything is completely, who knows?